Hello everyone and welcome back to Crazy Bees. My name is Debbie, and if you are new, welcome, and if you're returning, it's great to see you again. Today we are taking some time to do some pruning. We are running out of time. We may have one more frost, we're not sure. Our last frost date is March 1st. In the meantime, I went to prune the peach trees the other day and we're getting some buds on them already. So it's already getting too late to start some of our stuff. So what I want to do today is definitely get the grapevines done. We need to clean up this whole area, and I want to put up the wire instead of, this is wire, but it's not a strong enough gauge. As you can tell, it's just getting pulled down by the vines. You can see here where it's just literally getting pulled down by the vines. So we need a stronger wire. And our lattice on this one has, bring you back over here, has come apart on this one. So we'll probably have to take this one out. We wanted the lattice for it to be able to stay on for support, but it looks like that's not going to work. It just gets too hot and everything just deteriorates so fast with the sun. So we'll take this one out. Tom's probably going to have to drill a stake behind this one to get that one to stay up. Or maybe we can pull it over to this stake right here that's in the ground. Not sure. We're going to see what happens there, but we're going to do spur pruning. So I'm going to take, we're going to go 3 foot and 6 foot on our wire. And then I'm going to take last year's branches. They're not called branches. I'm having a moment here. And we're going to do spur pruning, which means that we're going to run it along the wire, and then we're going to take and cut 2 spurs up. So a lot of this is going to disappear. I've got my tools. I have cleaned them with the hydrogen peroxide. I need to get my glasses on because this can be treacherous. I almost poked myself in the eye a couple times already. And we'll get everything that we need and we'll get started. So the first thing we need to do is cut our lower branches. I think I'm going to keep this one here and run it. There's one here too. We don't want both of those. This one looks healthier, so we're going to get rid of this one. Now, a lot of your grapevines, you see that they got trained and you have really 2 nice branches going off. Okay, now I have selected my canes that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be running 2 canes. One along the 3-inch and then another one along the 6-inch. Now, what you want to watch out for is you want to run what you had last season, because it's what you had last season that you're going to get your fruit off of this season. Okay, I decided to cut that bottom cane that we had, and I'm actually going to go with this one because that one had no shoots coming off of it, which meant I probably wouldn't get any fruit off of it. So I'm going to run this one along that bottom line instead of that one. And I'm just going to twist it around, but I'm going to top it first because we're going this way and we're going to have those coming this way. So to keep them separate, we're going to top it. Now I need to decide what I want to do with this one. I definitely want to keep this one here. This is my strongest vine going this way, so I definitely want to keep a hold of this one. But I do need to top it because it's running into the next line. So we're going to have to top it here. And Tom actually ran me 3 lines. So I think we'll keep this one also. Oh, I gotta get my things back on here.
Where's Dad?
I think he went into the garage. Anything that's pointed down, you also want to remove. Now we're just going to wrap this one around. And to do our spur pruning, we're going to go 2 nodes and then make our cut. Just like that, 2 nodes. That was just a vine. We have 2 nodes there. And you want them about fist length apart. You don't want your stuff crowded together. We have 2 nodes here. 1, 2 nodes here. Okay, there's that line, and we've got that line done. Now we need to pick what we're going to do with this one. So we'll keep this one, and we'll get rid of this one that's on the back side. And this one here. And then we're going to have to top this one also. We'll do that right here. Ooh. Then we'll just wrap this around the wire, and then we're going to do 2 nodes. We'll lose this one because these 2 are together. Go up 2 nodes. Some of these are kind of spindly, but they're still spaced apart right. So we're going to leave them on and see what happens. Okay, so now we've got this side cleaned up. Now, hi baby, hi, hi. So now what we're going to have to do is on this side, we need more room to be able to get to stuff here. So our determinant tomato plants really got hit with the frost over here. So we're going to have to move our table that way to be able to get a better vining system on this side. Not ready for all of that yet, but I am going to pick which vines I want to keep. We're going to go with this one on the top. So we'll get rid of all of these. This is going to be central. And then I believe I'll do this one on the base. I think that one actually. Okay. Oh, did you see what I just did? I went and just cut on that tomato while I'm doing my grapevines. Anytime you do that, you need to clean your shears. I don't know where I put my paper towel. Stay focused. Can't move these pots right now. It just rained 2 days ago, so everything's really heavy. We got the bottom line ready. Now we need to go to this one here. Take this one. Now we're running this one on the second line. I'm gonna have to get rid of this one. have to top that. Okay, got that line running. Now we need to do our top. So here we're going to do our spur pruning. You can see that there's some space in between these where it was just the vines. All right, we got this one finished. Now this next one, I need to train first. So you can see he's just a baby and he needs some TLC. So we're gonna get him trained up. Okay, so I'm gonna get this guy trained to where we have the right branches going off. There was one right here. I cut that off because I want to be able to get him to going up this straight. So I'm just using our clear tape so it doesn't cut off the circulation. Get my glasses back on. Now I want this guy to go this way, so we're going to tie him there. And I'm using this tape because it is flexible, so as the plant grows, it'll expand. If I were to use some kind of wire, it would hurt the plant and dig into the branches. Now I want this guy to go this way. And I don't want to force it too much right now. So we'll train it again some more after it gets adjusted to this. Now, we need to pick what we're going to run. I have a good line here, and the other way that you can tell that you have new and old wood is the color. You have a darker color where you have older wood. Your lighter wood is more of a richer brown color, and we're going to choose this one. So we're going to run this up here and just twist it around here. And then we're going to cut off these other ones. And then on this side, we're going to choose this guy here. And we'll cut off all this other stuff. Oh, I just made a mistake right there. That was coming off of this. I should have cut it at the node, not at the stem. This is still coming off. So I can cut this one off and this one off and keep that, and it'll run and start a new plant or a new cane. This is old wood. This is old wood. Darn it. Okay. Now we're going to clean up these ones here. And we're going to run this along this side. Okay. There we go. Let's clean this guy up a little bit. These are just vines, the ones that wrap around. Okay, he's ready to go. She's ready to go. Now we have to deal with this one here. All right, we've got this one done. You can see I'm running 3 lines on this one, and it has been cleaned up a lot. And I realized where I made a lot of mistakes last year. Every year I'm getting a little bit better, learning a little bit more. So we may not get a huge grape harvest this year, but that's okay. They need to be trained correctly. So we got to work on that first. And now we are over to our 2 Thompsons. And before I do anything else, I have to remove all of that chicken wire because I lost so many grapes last year because the vines got behind the wire and the grapes grew behind the wire and I couldn't get to them. So a lot of stuff dropped on the ground and there was a lot of waste. So that's the first task. I think we are going to call it a day. We have got this Thompson. I got that chicken wire out of there and we put up some of that other green wire. That's what I had available right now. So we just pulled it really tight and we'll see how that does. Since these are babies, it should be okay. And then we got this one all straightened out. This is also a baby. And then we have the other 3 that I already showed you that we got straightened out and done. So right now all of that is done. We got the pomegranate all trimmed up. And I had to take down my yellow bell to almost nothing. It got hit really hard by the frost, but there's still green on it, and I'm sure she'll come back beautifully. We took a couple of the bigger branches off of the Tiangelo and picked the fruit off of that. So we're not going to do anything else with that. We do need to get out here and paint the trunks, though, before it starts getting too warm out. And I don't want to touch too much more until we are out of danger of frost, which I mentioned before is the beginning of March. As you can see, some of our pepper plants got hit really hard, especially the ones against the wall. We're going to end up having to pull all of those, and that's why we got all those babies. And then over here, our lime quad just is going crazy. This is our Barbados cherry. It got hit really hard. I think we're going to end up taking that down to the where you can see the green. And that is a tropical, so next year we are really going to have to cover that, and we're going to have to keep her trimmed short to make sure that we can always keep her covered and protected. And then we also really brought back the apple tree. This is the Anna apple, and Tom brought that way back. The branches were very heavy laden. You can see if you look on the end of those branches where he had to do a lot of cutting. Apple trees do not like huge pruning, so hopefully she doesn't give us too much grief, but she really needed it. Her trunk is beautiful though. This is the dwarf set. We didn't do much with this one. This one's still really a baby and it doesn't need too much pruning right now. Look at our poor laurel back there. That's a mess too. I'm not sure how much of that'll come back. We'll have to see. So for now, we're done working outside and I think we'll go in and have a nice bowl of soup.